up here in Akron, Ohio, checking out the hottest listing in the area. This one's going to be posted up at $154,900. So we're going to give you a complete analysis on this, and honestly, the overall thoughts, what I like about it, what things that you could potentially change, and ultimately just put it out there for the people looking for a home, because this is a great one. You are greeted by a nice sized living room. So nice hardwood floors. Potentially you're going to come in and refinish them. They were cleaned up. I think that they're in decent condition, but depending on who you are as an individual and what you know to do, that's something that you could potentially do and refinish those. Relatively easy, do some sweat equity. I think that the color in this room is great. It's kind of like a warm orangish brown, and I like it that it's different, right? I think that you'll see there's gonna be grays throughout this house, but there's a lot of like light neutrals. I think that this is a little more out there, and I like it. It's got a different sort of texture on the wall, which is nice. I think that textures elevate a space. This is not your standard cookie cutter house, which is what we love. We love to have homes with a little bit of character. But I think about potentially having your TV right here, a little sectional over here, or you can have your sectional here and then your TV over there. Like, there's just so many different spots to put it. I think that it'd make a really good living room, somewhere to spend your evening after a long day working. And yeah, how cute is this kitchen? So we have a nice kitchen that has a great amount of light without even having a great lighting source. And it's just because you have two great, large windows right behind you, and you are essentially standing or sitting in the eating nook, okay? And so this is an eating kitchen. It's gonna be a smaller table, right? Which, could be a con to an individual, but, it's kind of what you get with what you're paying for and where you're spending your space, okay? So, potentially maybe you like the double car garage, maybe you like the yard, right? Or it just depends on what makes sense for you and your pros and cons in that instance. But this one definitely has some nice features. Plenty of cabinet space, I think. It definitely depends on your type of family and what you have going on. But, you look at this is a large pantry type cabinet that you can put all your goodies in. And so, doesn't come with appliances. Definitely something you're gonna wanna put in here. But when you do that, you know what you're getting. So you can control what you have. I think that sometimes people walk into properties and they don't like the appliances, or they're the wrong brand that they don't want. And so this allows you to create that control without increasing the price to allow for that. But overall, solid kitchen. Potentially over time you could redo the countertops if you want, but they're in good condition right now. So I wouldn't necessarily worry about that too much. Cabinets are a nice white, and we know that everyone loves the white cabinets these days, so definitely things to keep in mind. Also, just the color in the room, in the paint. It works really well with the new flooring they put down. This LVT flooring is brand new, waterproofed, and sure to add some security and, ultimately just, keep you happy. Here we go. We got the hallway. Down this hallway, we are going to have the first bedroom off to the right, and then this bedroom that sprouts off the back end of the hallway. And then directly over here is going to be the full bathroom. And so let's check it out. Obviously, we get this texture throughout and the nice color. I think that it is sharp, and I think that it works. So let's go check out these bedrooms first. This first bedroom, obviously not a whole lot to look at here, but new carpet. Paint has been updated. Once again, still the pattern on the walls, but it's a nice color that plays well with the carpet. And just plenty of space in here. This is definitely the bigger bedroom of the two on the main level. And you also still have the double windows, as you can see, which I think is awesome. You'll see that in both of the rooms. And it just offers a lot of natural light. And so, a house that, the bulbs are a little older, maybe the lighting source is an LED, it still brings in plenty of light, which helps the space. Number 2, so a little bit smaller bedroom, but this could be an office, this could be a nursery, all those good things. Once again, can't beat the double window in here. I think that that's awesome. Can't say enough about the carpet and the paint and all that good stuff. It looks beautiful. I think that it really turned out well. All right, we got our full bathroom. So this is the only bathroom on the property. Potentially you could add one in the basement, but there's been some nice updates done to it. I think that the shower is pretty solid in how it looks. But then overall, you know, this bathroom, I would say probably could use the most work over time if you wanted to. And truly, I think that, you know, you have a great space in here. Luckily, the rest of the house has been updated and taken care of. So, you know, if you have a little rainy day fund and a can-do DIY, you know, ability, you can come in here and completely redo this place and make it really sharp and nice and up to your standards. I think that the pride of homeownership is, you know, having something that you can come home to and say, I did that. I made, you know, that bathroom my own, and this is my touch, and this is why I did that. So to know that the rest of the house is not going to crumble tomorrow is important to know that you can throw money at different cosmetic things like this. So, but still livable, great space, something that you can be with for a long time because it's still pretty solid. All right, we got a long upstairs area, and this is going to be your master bedroom, and it just has plenty of space, nice features. I love the light. I love this wood arrangement up here, but plenty of room for whether you want to put, you know, your bed right here, 2 nightstands. You can put a TV over on this wall that you can't really see right now, but it's a good spot for a TV and keep things out of the way. But one thing that I wanted to mention in particular was this nice walk-in closet. And so for reference, I'm a decently large guy, I guess. I'm 6'3", and this has plenty of space for activities and whatnot. And so I just see you coming in here and, you know, making some shelving units and just adding a lot of space that can be used definitely really well to hold all your clothes, all your things. So once again, the windows, natural lighting at its finest. All right, here we go. Now we're in the basement. This is the bonus space that I spoke about. Essentially, they had the basement waterproof so that, you know, we know that most homes in Ohio, if they have a basement, they have issues. All right. Now, whether that's water and so forth, they want to make sure that this home was safe. All right. And so that's why they did the waterproofing system, no mold or mildew. And with that, we had this extra space down here. So figured let's throw some carpet into it. Let's make it a finished living space. And so whether you're throwing, you know, a couch and TVs, or, you know, maybe this is just like a rec room and kids can play down here, or it, you know, could turn into another bedroom or office. The you know, opportunities and possibilities are sort of endless. You also have, you know, light that is sort of blocked up from those windows, but you know, I think that that becomes the issue with basements sometimes, is you're worried about, you know, the lighting. But it does have that. They're just blocked off. And then I also want to talk about some of our mechanical systems here. So all of these have been updated over the last 7 to 8 years. And so your hot water tank, your furnace, your AC, roof was done recently. Nice spot for a washer and dryer over there. Utility sink. Some PEX done in there. Yeah, just a great space and area. So, finally, how about this breezeway area? Little covered patio area, sort of, but bridges between your house and your garage, and you know, just offers the, you know, ability to not get rained on, to not get wet or get a mess when you go out to get in your car. And then right through these doors is a large 2-car garage. Plenty of property with this one as well. Definitely have no shortage of that. And it just offers a nice, safe, happy place to live. here in Akron, Ohio. So if you're interested, you need to reach out to me. We'll get you out here, show you it. You're gonna fall in love with it, and it could potentially become yours.